before even boat owners start operating. We have the maritime here. They are also doing their work. As we are speaking, around us we have a lot of police officers and security personnel who are in civilian clothing. You cannot even tell them from me, because I'm wearing a uniform, he's wearing a uniform. But there are a whole lot of people out here. But the thing is this, we have to take responsibilities ourselves.
However, the police are hoping that this incident will awaken the public on the dangers of traveling on congested boats without life jackets.
Before you board this boat, make sure that the boat is big enough to carry you. Look at the number of persons who are boarding the boat and insist on having a life jacket before you even board the boat. These are very important things.
The captain is now in police custody, helping authorities in their investigations. According to the PRO, he could face multiple charges, including murder and operating an unlicensed passenger boat. And the police are calling on the public to visit the mortuary in Banjul to help identify the bodies of the victims, as no identity papers were found on them. Meanwhile, the search for the victims continues as the authorities and the public come to terms with the loss of 8 young men, 6 of whom have not yet been recovered from the sea. Mamadou Diallo, GRTS.
Project scenes there. The Children and Community Initiative for Development, a body with interest in kids and community development, has combined forces with St. Joseph Senior Secondary School to observe the International Day of the Girl Child. Our Uminjai has more on that celebration, attended by a host of individuals and institutions concerned with the welfare of children.
October 11th is observed as International Day of the Girl Child globally. The Gambia joined the rest of the world to celebrate the day under the theme Innovating for Girls' Education. This year's celebration is anchored on promoting the rights of girls and addressing the overwhelming challenges they encounter. It is against this backdrop that St. Joseph Senior Secondary School and Children and Community Initiative for Development partnered as part of their campaign against child marriage in commemoration of this very significant day. Child marriage involves both sexes, but observers say it is more common for girls to be married to men who in most cases are far older than they are. This threatens the lives of the girl child, their education, health, and even freedom of expression. Many girls are forced into marriages by their parents or other family members at a very tender age. Many in most cases results in the girl child facing consequences of sexual offenses and domestic violence.
The girls are our tomorrow. The girls, if allowed to grow, will and have, as has been proven, contribute very positively towards the development of this nation.
The Deputy Permanent Secretary, Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, Ibrahima Sisao, highlighted the importance of developing the girl child, noting that it is crucial to nation building. Sisao further indicated that girls should be given the chance to education in order to explore their talents.
According to the UN estimate, over 10 million girl child have been forced into marriage, and most of these children sometimes face all physical and sexual abuse, and all form of human degradations.
UNICEF, in consultation with other United Nations agencies, selected Innovating for Girls' Education as the year's theme. This move is in recognition of the importance of injecting fresh and innovative perspectives to propel girls' education forward and building the momentum created last year.
Celebrations like this could generate global awareness for people to recognize the rights of the girl child, and parents are tasked to support their girl children to get the education they need as key players in nation building. Uminjai, GRTS.
Many people were hopeful that a certain Pakistani activist will bag the Nobel Peace Prize this year. She didn't win it, but Malala Yousafzai remains an icon beyond her tender years, and Washington politicians push to reach a compromise in a bid to prevent the U.S. from defaulting on its debt. We'll be back with those stories and others after this short break.
Gamcell's 3G network has taken advantage of the super-fast ACE internet platform to provide unequaled internet access speeds to all its clients. Gamcell's 3G network access devices has broadband connectivity appropriate for individual and business use. Connect to the internet using any of Gamcell's 3G modems. The 3G partner, appropriate for individual access for those who require internet connectivity on their laptops at all times. 3G Leisure can be used to create hotspots in restaurants, small businesses, and for family use. It is also designed for those who want to have internet access on the go. 3G Business for small medium enterprises, businesses and corporate institutions, diplomatic missions, and government or non-government agencies. Now you can stream videos, enjoy video chatting, and download content at broadband speeds. Experience the difference with Gamcell, the only mobile broadband service provider in the country. Gamcell, Yai Borom.
Welcome back. Many people were confident that the Nobel Peace Prize will go to a young woman, Malala Yousafzai. The Pakistani activist did not win, but she did pick up another international honor earlier this week. On Thursday, she was awarded European Union's top human rights prize. Malala is an outspoken advocate for education in her home country, bringing global attention after a brutal attack by the Taliban last year. This year's report takes a look at how Pakistan is responding to its homegrown heroine.
Girls shot by the Taliban, but it's not necessarily the shooting, but the teenagers' emotive words and courageous stance that has wooed the world.
They thought that the bullet would silence us, but they failed. And out of that silence came thousands of voices.
In October 2012, Malala was on her way to school when two gunmen stopped her school bus and asked for her by name, then shot her. Her school friends were also injured in the shooting. Malala was rushed to hospital and eventually flown to Britain, where she was treated, made a miraculous recovery, and now goes to school there. This young girl from a remote town in northwest Pakistan has taken the world by storm, speaking at the UN.
Now it's time to speak up. So today, we call upon the world leaders to change their strategic policies in favor of peace and prosperity.
Revered and respected by world leaders.
Malala's story is also my story.
And even appearing on the popular Daily Show with Jon Stewart in the United States.
Please welcome to the program, Malala Yousafzai.
While Malala's message rings loud and clear around the globe,
one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Education is the only solution.
The irony is that that message isn't translating into action in her own homeland.
Since the very inception of Pakistan, education has not been a political priority for any government, military or civilian. And so today, in a country of roughly 200 million people, 25 million children are out of school. And of those 25 million children, more than 15 million are girls.
62% of girls aged between 7 and 15 in Pakistan have never spent time in a classroom, and only half of those that do actually make it to the end of primary school.
Just a couple of weeks ago at the UN General Assembly, the Prime Minister he was the only Prime Minister of any country to chair a special session on education in Pakistan. Malala Yousafzai was in that meeting. I happened to be in that meeting as well. And the mood and the spirit in that room was really infectious. It was very positive, and it seems like there really is a strong commitment across government to address these issues. But so far, these are promises.
Malala says she wants to be a politician, and despite repeated threats by the Taliban to attack her again, she's adamant she will return home. Perhaps her greatest challenge is to ensure her message is acted on in Pakistan. Simon Mawson, CNN, Islamabad, Pakistan.
From that inspirational story to Washington, where Democrats and Republicans are finally back at the negotiating table after a standoff that lasted more than a week. This meeting is aimed at ending the partial government shutdown and, most importantly, preventing the U.S. from defaulting on its debt next week. There is no comprehensive compromise on the table.